The old house stood on a hill overlooking the town. Its paint was peeling, and the windows were dark. But it held a history that whispered on the wind. One day, a young woman named Sarah inherited the house from a great aunt she barely knew. Inside, dust motes danced in the sunbeams that sliced through the grimy windows. Sarah began exploring, her footsteps echoing through the silent rooms. In the attic, amongst forgotten trunks and moth-eaten furniture, she found a small, wooden box. Inside, nestled amongst yellowed letters and faded photographs, was a single, unopened letter. The envelope was addressed to Evelyn, from Thomas. Sarah's curiosity piqued. She carefully opened the letter, the paper brittle with age. The handwriting was elegant, flowing across the page. The letter spoke of love, of longing, and of a life unlived. Thomas wrote of dreams shared and futures imagined, a life he had hoped to build with Evelyn. He wrote of his plans, of the obstacles they faced, and of his unwavering hope. But there was no mention of a reply, no indication of whether Evelyn had ever received the letter. Sarah was captivated. She spent hours researching, poring over old town records, and searching for any trace of Evelyn and Thomas. She discovered that Thomas had died young, a victim of a flu epidemic that swept through the town. Evelyn, it seemed, had disappeared, leaving no trace behind. Sarah felt a deep sense of sadness, not only for Thomas, but for Evelyn too. The letter was a fragment of a lost world, a testament to a love that never fully blossomed. She felt compelled to understand what happened. Had Evelyn known of Thomas's feelings? Had she loved him in return? Or was this letter the last, desperate plea of a man who loved in vain? The questions haunted her. Days turned into weeks, and Sarah became obsessed with the forgotten letter. She felt a connection to Thomas and Evelyn, as if she knew them. She began to feel as though she was living their story. Finally, Sarah decided to do something. She wrote a letter of her own, to Evelyn, to the address on the envelope, hoping it would somehow reach her. In her letter, she wrote of Thomas, of his love, and of the tragedy of their lost connection. She described the house, the attic, and the wooden box. She poured out her heart, sharing her feelings. She hoped that in the act of writing, she could find some closure, not only for herself, but for Thomas and Evelyn too. She sealed the letter, placed it in a new envelope, and sent it. Weeks later, a reply arrived. It was from a woman named Evelyn, who was Thomas's granddaughter, who had found the address and, on the envelope, Sarah's letter. She knew the story of Thomas, and how he had died before he could tell Evelyn how he felt. She wrote about her grandmother, Evelyn, who had lived a long, and, in some ways, lonely life, but had never forgotten Thomas. She wrote that Evelyn, on her deathbed, had always looked forward to the next world, and the possibility that she and Thomas might finally meet. Sarah felt a profound sense of peace. The forgotten letter had connected them all. It was a reminder of the enduring power of love, the fragility of life, and the importance of never letting go of the things that truly matter. The old house on the hill, once filled with shadows, now seemed to glow with a gentle light, holding the stories of lives lived, loves lost, and connections made across time.